We're going to move on to election integrity. Now, following the recent revelation that the Oregon DMV registered more than 1,200 people to vote without verifying their citizenship, Representative Bynum, do you trust the integrity of Oregon's election, and will you accept the outcome of the election on November 5th?
I believe accepting election outcomes is a problem of the Trump friends, Trump cronies. My opponent could barely accept the outcome. I think I had to ask directly whether Biden really won. For me, it is about having safe and secure elections. I had grandparents who couldn't vote. That, to me, has made me a democracy defender. It has made me instill within my children this idea that civic participation is a requirement. It's not optional. And so I believe that election integrity is something that we should fight for, we should defend, and I've called for a full-stop investigation on the issue that happened at the Secretary of State's office, and I expect that whoever made the mistake would be held accountable.
So I would like to clarify two things. One, Congresswoman Chavez-DeRemer has said multiple times President Biden won the election. And number two, the question was specifically, would you accept the outcome of this election? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay. Congresswoman Chavez-DeRemer, do you trust the integrity of Oregon's elections, and will you accept the outcome of this election?
Thank you for the question. The concern has come up. 1,500 non-citizens have been identified that they are registered to vote, and that's a concern for all Oregonians. That is our democracy, free and fair elections. And so I wrote a letter to the Secretary of State's office and to the governor's office asking, let's identify where we can do better, because Oregonians do expect free and fair elections. I would, and I think that that's what we count on and that's what we depend on. But we should do the investigation and find out why. My opponent voted for that DMV bill, and so we just have to check into it. I think it's accountability matters. People hold us accountable. On this election, absolutely. We have to agree with it at the federal level too. We might, listen, this is going to be a toss-up election. We know that for the presidency. That doesn't change how we work. I've signed on to two agreements to support this election with my colleagues across the aisle, a bipartisan letter, a unity letter that says we will accept the outcomes of this election when it's all said and done. And I think that that's so important to do. And it's important to tell Oregonians that as well. So thank you for the question.
Representative Bynum, 30 seconds for a rebuttal.
My opponent was a little sketchy on the last election and whether, we should accept the result that President Biden won and former President Trump lost. And I think that it is that hesitation that should give voters hesitation. When you have to question an election that you accept your own results in, but you can't accept the higher level results, I think that's a little sketchy, and we shouldn't trust her.
I would like to offer the Congresswoman very, very short rebuttal.
Thank you. I've been very clear in my support for free and fair elections. This is just another attempt to nationalize Oregon's 5th Congressional District. She will not take accountability for her actions, for her votes, for her failed leadership. She just will deflect. And you know what? Oregonians deserve better than this. I have said it repeatedly. I have accepted the election outcome and will continue to do so and work with my colleagues across the aisle to let people know and Americans know this is important to the United States of America.